Now, on the anniversary show Wednesday night, Andrade made his surprise return to AEW, attacking Kenny Omega, and then promptly joined the Don Callis family, which has gotten so big, if it was a person, DDP would be showing up on their doorstep. Andrade, Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, Hechicero, Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, Brian Cage, Wardlow, Mark Davis, and you can't forget El Clone. That's not a wrestling faction. That's the fucking Legion of Doom from DC Comics. El Clone also debuted on Wednesday as a new member of the Don Callis family. Andrade wasn't even the only one. But since Hologram is out with a knee injury, I have no idea what they're going to do with El Clone, but Tony Khan has wanted to do this gimmick for a long time. He trademarked the name in September of last year. That's how long he's been thinking about this. So he wasn't waiting around any longer to put this man on TV. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. No wrestling faction needs to be that bloated. Andrade will soon fall in line with the rest of them and be another face in the crowd, but on his first night, at least, they had him take out one of the biggest stars in the entire company. And that should be leading to a match, one would think, at Wrestle Dream, even though the reason Omega was out of action was because Kyle Fletcher attacked him. And Omega made no mention of Fletcher at all in his promo on Wednesday. Nor did he come back out to go after him when Fletcher wrestled Orange Cassidy later in the same show, which was just bizarre, to bring him back to TV after one guy attacked him, just to debut another guy to attack him. I mean, granted, they're from the same family, but still, that's very dumb. But Andrade is back, and he becomes the first man to go from WWE to AEW, back to WWE, and then back to AEW. I wasn't surprised that he went back there because, he was careful not to burn any bridges on his way out. He never said a bad word publicly about Tony Khan or his experiences in AEW. Dave Meltzer got called out by Andrade on Twitter, I assume for saying in The Observer this week that when Andrade left, he had given Tony the impression that he was staying and he was going to sign a renewal, but then his deal ended and he just left. So Andrade tagged Meltzer and he said, "You talk too much shit without proof. And sir, I'll only tell you one thing. When my contract with AEW ended, I personally went man-to-man to thank Mr. Tony Khan for the opportunity to be in AEW. And that's all I'll tell you. If I wanted to talk more, I would show you that you're wrong about many things, but you keep killing the business." He never actually specified what Dave was wrong about, but he did say that he went to Tony, he thanked him for the opportunity. Again, it doesn't surprise me that Tony took him back. What surprised me was how quickly it all happened, because the belief is that he was let go by WWE in August. So why would he not be bound by the usual 90-day non-compete? Because they fired him outright, that's why. And they didn't want to pay him, so they cut him loose with no restrictions, which is very unusual for WWE. PW Insider is reporting that he was cut due to numerous wellness policy violations over the past year. They didn't say failures, but violations, which could mean anything. I mean, that's very vague. It could mean he failed a bunch of tests for banned substances. It could mean that he refused to be tested. It could mean that he missed the deadline to submit some samples a few times that were required. WWE doesn't release any of that information, so we won't ever know unless Andrade himself chooses to comment on it. But this also confirms that WWE is no longer announcing wellness policy suspensions like they used to. They used to do that years ago because nobody knew anything about this until they finally decided to fire him. That's the only reason we even found out about this. So who knows how many other wellness policy violations or suspensions that there have been with other talents. We just don't know. But here's the deal with Andrade. The dude is super talented in the ring. I don't think anybody can dispute that. And he also just won the Crash Heavyweight Championship in Mexico the other night. I think he'll kill it working indies too, not just AEW. I mean, he just came off WWE television not that long ago, so he has a name. He's not going to struggle getting booked anywhere. But in AEW, he's going to be another face in the crowd. Like right off the bat, they stuck him in a faction where he doesn't stand out. Like he can't. How could he? They have more family members than the Kardashians. Like in his own group now. From the very first night he debuted, he's only the fourth most important member, I would argue. Like that's not a great way to start out. So sure, he'll have visibility on TV just walking out there with them. But it's not about getting your face on TV so much as it's about getting used. It's the way you're used and how strong Tony positions him on the show. Attacking Kenny Omega was a great start, but like, what does it lead to? Right? A match that he loses? And then what? Is it a match that he wins? I would ask the same question. Then what? Because Mark Briscoe beat MJF at All Out, and the follow-up to that has not been very encouraging so far. I think Andrade with a manager is a good move. I just think it makes that person feel more special when they have someone out there advocating for them. But Don Callis is less of a manager and more of a sports agent at this point. That's really what he's coming off as. Beyond that, there's the obvious question of how long will Andrade be happy there? Because he never seems to be happy for very long wherever he goes. It may only be a matter of time. Tony Khan obviously felt like he could use him. I don't know that I would have been so quick to bring him back after leaving the last time. It may have been an amicable split, but, he still left them to go work for the competition. Didn't like it there, and now he wants to come back. And Tony was very quick to throw his arms wide open and welcome him back into the fold. There's no reason to think that things are going to be any different this time. I saw someone refer to him as the double J of this generation, which is true in a way. I mean, Jarrett bounced around between WWF and WCW like a ping pong ball there for a few years. Frankly, I don't think we have enough of that in wrestling these days. Honestly, like everyone plays it so safe. They just stick it out until WWE makes the move to release them, right? Then they talk about what a blessing in disguise it was because they were so unhappy with their position in the company. Like, then fucking leave. Now, maybe there's contractual reasons why sometimes they can't, but there are people who will go and say, you know what, I'm not happy here. I want out. Bet on yourself and leave and go somewhere where you will be happy. Andrade is proof that it will make you more enticing when you want to go back, and they will take you back. If you have talent, they will take you back, either because they think they can make money with you or because they want to stop the other guys from making money with you. So Omega against Andrade could be a direction for Wrestle Dream. Jurassic Express, they fought off with the Young Bucks on Wednesday, so that looks like another direction. And that's where we are right now. Bandito got hurt at the CMLL show on Friday night against Hechicero. He said his shoulder popped out and then went right back into place. It must not be too serious because on Collision last night, they announced that the match with Bandito and Brody King against Okada and Takeshita that was announced for Tuesday is still on, and it will be a double Jeopardy elimination match. So if Okada and Takeshita win, they get a shot at the tag team titles. But if Brodito wins, whoever scores the winning fall gets a shot at Okada's unified championship. Tony Khan said that he talked to Bandito yesterday, and Bandito wants to power through it. Yes, I mean, he may want to power through it, but you have the power to tell him no. He's also your Ring of Honor World Champion. You might want to protect the guy.